story is quite relevant to this time of year, because it was this time last year, 3 years ago, 2022. May 24th, 2002. There was another mass school shooting in America, in Uvalde, Texas, which is southern Texas. And the reason I'm talking about it is because I was actually in America when it happened. I was in a different state at the time. I was in the state of Nevada. And this happened in Texas. It was an elementary school shooting. And there's 22 people killed. Teachers, pupils. It was mostly all kids, like young kids. And even the shooter was obviously not going to glorify it or anything like that. The shooter was only 18 years old. Salvador Ramos. He's basically a kid himself. I don't know if you've watched any of the CCTV videos online. It's quite terrifying actually. The cameras inside the school. I think the police came under a bit of criticism because they hesitated to go in. It was something like that. But it just got me thinking about it today, because I was in America as it happened 3 years ago. And the thing that's kinda, don't know if I'd say coincidental, but I was actually outside an elementary school at the time. Waiting to pick up a friend's kid for school, and that's when it got announced. Which, I mean, it was, when you like read about it or hear about it in the news or whatever, or YouTube, it is quite tragic, but when you're there and you hear about it, I don't know, it's just a bit different. It seems a bit more real. It's kind of difficult to explain, but I know the school shootings, the school mass shootings aren't anything new, but I think because this one wasn't a high school, it was an elementary school, it kind of hit a little bit harder. I don't know. But it's just something that's been in my mind the past few days, because it's 3 years ago. 3 years ago this week it happened. It was just something I wanted to kind of tell. It just made me, just kind of left me with a strange feeling. You obviously everything else that's happened since then, it seems to be like every year it happens. And then they've got the argument, you know, try to ban guns, and people don't want to ban guns. I'm not really in a position to say either or. It's too political. It's not my country, so I can't really speak on it. But I think because I was watching the Dunblane documentary on YouTube the other day, just kind of got me remembering about that. I don't know, there's so many. I mean, you can always ask about what goes through people's minds and stuff, or could they have maybe been stalked before that, or could they have got help, or if it's the parents' fault or whatever. I mean, I don't know, so many questions. But I think all these questions come just like after the fact, after the tragedy happens. But so I'm just thinking to myself though, when I'm walking through with this camera, I'm probably thinking, everybody's looking at me, probably thinking, what's he doing? They probably think anybody who's got a camera walking about is just a YouTuber. I've got my sunglasses on, I'm just kind of pretending nobody's here. Otherwise I probably couldn't walk about with a camera and talk, because it's a bit of a brass neck doing this.